Welcome drivers and viewers. Today on Delivery Education, we're going to talk a little bit about your tip jar. Now I don't mean the jar you put your tips in, I mean the containers that help produce you more tips with every delivery. Drivers, you're well aware, or at least you should be, that you don't have to have containers, but you should have some containers. And at a minimum, I would recommend that you get yourself a pizza bag. This was less than $20. It has a Velcro lid, handles, and the ability to store at least 3 pizzas that are 24 inches in diameter or smaller. Now I use this for all my Italian deliveries, so that way the customer sees that I bring everything in a heat insulated container and that I've taken care of their food. I don't think customers would really appreciate cold pizza or pizza that got soaked because it was a rainy night. If you have yourself a heat bag, you can protect it, keep it warm, and keep it dry. What started this whole process of getting containers though was I needed something that would contain the smell. As much as food smells great, when you start mixing Indian food and Thai food and fast food joints with pizza and other places, it starts to get a little overwhelming, especially if you do this full time. I found this 36-quart container sitting in the bottom of my storage closet. My initial purpose of getting it was to contain the smell, but what I found was its width is the perfect width for almost every styrofoam container and bag that I pick up. So I can put it in here, it fits nice and snug, and the smell is contained. So the previous 2 containers that we discussed are about delivering hot items, but sometimes it needs to be cold and you need to keep it cold, and you need to keep the cold separated from the hot. So what should you do? You should find yourself a container just for delivering cold items such as ice cream. I was able to find this container at a thrift store for $1, and the day that I found it, it was actually on sale at 75% off. So that means for a whole quarter, I found a container that I deliver all my ice cream in. In fact, when I bring it to the customer, I'll have them reach inside and bring the ice cream out. This way I know that I spent a little extra thought and time on keeping their cold items cold. Ice cream deliveries typically would only give me $1 or a $2 tip, but since I've started using this container, I have seen tips that are bigger than the delivery itself. So is a 25-cent investment worth making $3 to $4 extra every night on one single ice cream delivery? Absolutely it is. Another investment you need to make is in a drink tray. This is a drink tray cover that goes on most of your disposable styrofoam containers. Compare that to what they might give you at the store. And I say might because many places won't even give you a container at all to hold drinks. But these little cardboard containers, they're junk. This container itself has a very wide base, so it sits nice and firm on the back seat of my vehicle. And on top of that, it's got a nice deep cup holder so drinks fit securely inside and they don't spill anywhere. Not bad for $1. I made a $20 investment in a pizza bag, a $1 investment in a drink tray, and 25-cent investment in an ice cream container. My total investment is less than $25. And since using these containers, I have seen my tip revenue increase substantially. Where before I might see 20 to 30% of my income in tips, I can now see 30 to 50% on some days. If you like making more money, then you should take the time to seek out some good deals and purchase some containers so that way you can take warm food from the restaurant and make sure that it stays warm for your customer where cold items arrive cold. They'll appreciate it, and so will you as you increase your tip revenue. If this has been a good explanation on why you should have containers, follow us, hit the like and subscribe button. Find out more about delivery education informative videos by going to deliveryed.com, reading about our tips and tricks, and subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thanks very much. Get out there on the road, deliver warm food and warm smiles, and drive safe.